Hello guys, Joe Biden here, and I'm playing this new game, Elden Ring. Seems like a lot of you Zoomers like it, and because I'm pushing 80, my PR team said I'm supposed to try to beat some boss called Godfinger the Fingered or something. I don't know, man, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna do our best. We got our old battle axe here. It's kind of like me, an old battle axe. Except I'm not even the real Joe Biden. I'm one of his many political doppelgangers. There's been like 4 different ones. I mean, this has been going on for 1,000 years. If you look up European royalty, they had body doubles out the wazoo. I mean, that's how they prevented being assassinated. The real Joe Biden's probably dead or retired. It's like that Dread Pirate Roberts skit from the movie The Princess Bride. If you've ever seen that, he talks about the fact that the Dread Pirate Roberts, it's all about the name and the reputation. So yeah, Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and Trump, they've all got a bunch of body doubles. It sounds like a crazy conspiracy, but if you read a fucking book now and then, look into history, you'll realize it's very common, actually.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do Godric now, or whoever the fuck or whatever the fuck is behind this. Ew, a golden thumb-and-thine. My sweet love. My little goofball. Can we summon you? I'd love to summon you to me in real life. I'm in a long-distance relationship. That shit's difficult, lads. You can probably relate. Well, probably not, actually.
Does this fit look better? Do you remember when we did that whole wedding thing in Dark Souls 3? When I compared how I looked? I think for the wedding this would actually work because I've got this kind of red banner thing going on. It kind of matches her red ghost there. She said she'd show up in red ghost form at the wedding.
Anyway, let's summon our faithful lover here. Help us in these trying times. When you're alone and feeling like you're worthless, love will find you. You just have to accept it. If you don't accept it, you'll be a lonely incel piece of shit. But if you do, you'd be surprised what fate will serve you. And with that said, let's get the fuck in here. Now, let's grab a, I don't think the Scarab Talisman actually works for bosses. Let's just go with this physical damage negating thing. And, yeah, we'll go with fire, I think. I mean, fire's a good bet, really. Most bosses don't like it. Alright, we're spiced up and ready to go. Alright, everyone, this is Elden Ring with the Lenny. We're going to be fighting this multi-armed fuck. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that scary booty. Your hands look a bit fucked up, mate. You should probably see a doctor about that. And that gold chain isn't helping your bling. You look like a scuffed motherfucker. I don't care how many axes you've got, I'm going to fucking wreck you, mate. Holy shit, that's some Lovecraftian arm shit. Get that shit away from me. No, nope, 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 nope. Also, I want that axe. Is that even an item in the game? I hope it is. You're the Lord of Golden Showers, you pasty fuck. I'm going to fucking kill you. Me and my epic waifu are going to end your life. Let's go ahead and just rush in and fuck this guy up. I don't think he's going to pose much of a threat thanks to our overleveling. Holy shit, that's one hell of an earthquake attack, LA Rift. What the fuck is that shit? Too bad I just staggered you, motherfucker. I'm going to fucking kill you. We've already triggered the cutscene. Look at him reeing. Lol, 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 lol. Alright, that's enough Zero Lenny impression. That fucking voice is not easy to do, and it probably sucks. Oh no, I have no arm. We've all seen the cutscene. We don't care. Oh no, not fire damage. Oh, dearie me. Oh, well, that didn't do very much at all, did it? Alright, so let's just fuck you up. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker, old style. If you've never seen the Duke Nukem Ventrilo harassment video on YouTube, for fuck's sake, look it up. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's this like New York, Brooklyn woman playing Lord of the Rings Online, which is a game I used to play. It's not a terrible game. It's just very old-fashioned. But anyway, it's a very funny video.
Thank you to my lover over here. Oh, don't avoid me, my dear. Look me in the eye. Where'd you go? Thank you. Hope you're doing well in your life. Oh, there she faded away. Ah. The fleeting nature of love. Among the golden flowers, we contemplate these things. We meditate, we think on them. Standing here, after killing a multi-armed, Lovecraftian, mutated, inbred, creepy guy. Despite that, I can only think of my love.
Anyway, let's get this point of grace over here. Very epic. And let's have a rest. Let's talk to this guy, too, because I think he sells us some random shit. He's got some funny dialogue. I'm sure YouTubers have really loved focusing on it. Let's skip all of it. He did the Pawn Stars fucking laugh there. What do you have to sell? Pretty much nothing. What the fuck is this crap? I mean, I'll buy those. Why not? I mean, those are okay. Fuck it. I'll buy those too. Why not? These are kind of hard to find. Well, no, you can buy them later. Any of this you can buy later on. I could kill you and give your nutsack to the crone at Firelink Shrine or whatever the fuck it's called, and she would give me everything. All you have to do is take a guy's balls, and you have his DNA. You have everything you can ever produce of any value. You have his whole genetic system. You can put it in a jar, in a glass tube, and attach all sorts of strange wires and chemicals to it, and like a mad scientist, you can just make clone after clone. As long as you feed the organ with blood, which is not difficult to do, you don't need a complex human body system or a brain. You just need a machine that can mimic a few of those functions to keep the nuts alive. That's why it's like the whole anglerfish thing, man. It's like, did that ghost just run into me? Anyway, the whole anglerfish thing is what I'm reminded of, where the female anglerfish straight up absorbs the male and eats his entire body. It's the Freudian Jungian archetypal devouring mother, literally exemplified and embodied in nature. Until the anglerfish female does this until the male is basically just a nutsack. That's what I'm trying to get at. Essentially, the male anglerfish becomes a living nutsack that the female grafts onto herself. It's like, at that point in the timeline of evolution, why the fuck would your species not just be hermaphroditic? Doesn't that mating process, doesn't it complicate shit? I mean, it probably kills viable like mating pairs a lot more often than necessary. I mean, the deep sea is not a fun place to be, but holy shit, does it have to be that brutal and fucking heinous? I doubt it, man. I think that's just some... I think God has some strange fetishes. The demiurge likes to watch us torture each other. He's into BDSM. He's into all sorts of shit. And yes, he is male. Would you want an evil God to be female? I doubt it. If you're into gender politics, why would you want your God to be feminine if it's an evil, lion-headed snake worm reject from the true heaven, which is run by a woman, Sophia? I gotta say, of all the weird religions, Gnosticism is the most interesting one. I wouldn't call myself a Gnostic. I don't believe in it, but as a particular type of fan fiction, Judeo-Christian fan fiction, it's pretty neat. The reason that it's so interesting is that it seems to overlap with a lot of other fringe theories, while at the same time overlapping with very ancient, tried and true type shit. So it kind of Venn diagrams a little bit, like it's able to overlap, and those things are usually the things that are more true. They're not true, but they are they have more grains of truth hidden in them if they overlap with a lot of different things. Again, I mean, they can. I mean, what I'm trying to say is it's more likely that there's grains of truth in those types of metaphorical religious systems. Really, the most practically useful thing is just that, there'll be pieces of advice in that religious system that are probably still relevant. That's the practical, sort of logical way to look at these things, is their philosophies and their systems of advice. And the enduring ones are the systems or the philosophies that have consistently been correct despite the passage of time. Like, they've told people, things like, don't be too promiscuous or you'll get a disease. Like shit like that. Or don't steal from people or they'll get pissed and kill you. Or don't kill people or the relatives of the people you've killed will get pissed and kill your relatives, and it's a big mess. Like, that type of basic shit. There's a lot more knowledge hidden in old religious texts. It's worth checking out. It's worth looking into if you're curious about it. You have to sift through a lot of misinformation, but the good thing about looking at anything religious like that is that if something feels like bullshit to you, it probably is, because a lot of the religious stuff is based on intuition and emotion. It's not based on logic or sort of computational calculations. It's based on, well, does this feel right to you? Like, in your life, do you feel like you need this piece of advice? If you do, then it might be worth trying out. If not, you're either at a point where you've moved past it or you're not in need of it. So that's the beautiful thing about that type of stuff, is because it's more intuition based, it doesn't try to universalize. It doesn't try to be like, everyone should follow this advice at all times. Beep, boop, we live in a computer and all humans are the same. It's like, no, people are different. They're progressing through their lives at different paces. They've got different grind sets going. They have different challenges. So a lot of these religions will acknowledge that, and that's why their advice seems messy and inconsistent. It's because it is messy and inconsistent because it's trying to adapt to a messy, inconsistent user base or clientele or readership, whatever you want to call it. It's trying to say, hey, look, wherever you are in your life, here's a shit ton of advice. Here's a mixed bag of stuff, and here's what you can draw from it whenever you need to. And I don't know. I think Gnosticism has a lot of pieces of that as we move into this weird ass Age of Aquarius, alien, psyop, AI timeline. It's going to become more and more important to pay some attention to it. I'm not saying you should all become converts or believe in anything, really. I think skepticism's a predecessor for true belief. It's like it's that famous quote, the first sip from the cup of the sciences will turn you into an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you. It's that type of shit. And again, I consider myself at most a deist. Like, I wouldn't even go past that. I think maybe there's a creative force that we could pinpoint. But even trying to pinpoint it, it's like, well, what if it was a series of events? What if it was a series of beings? Like, we'd have no way of pinning down something that we can't gather evidence on. And I don't even think intuition is sufficient. Like, you can try to be intuitive and be like, well, I intuitively feel that this version of God exists. And it's like, well, that's as valid as any other intuition, man. It's like, I have an intuition I'm going to win the lottery tomorrow when I buy 500 tickets using all the money I have left. And, maybe I'll win, maybe I won't, but I really feel like I will. And you can really feel like something will happen and get kicked in the nuts by life, manifestation and all that kind of shit. There is some validity to that in terms of like good habits and willpower and positive thinking. That always helps. But actually thinking that you are a magician and can, make coins appear out of nowhere with your mind or do other insane shit like that. I mean, you can't literally manifest stuff. That's not a thing. It's not real. What you can do is you can discipline yourself and you can improve your life. And part of that is, take these pieces of advice. Like, if you find something, even if it's from a weird source that other people don't trust, make sure that you're thinking about what you feel is true and what you trust. Because that shit is important. Like, don't trivialize your own instincts and intuitions. I think that the type of society we live in, because it's very science-based, a lot of us do that. A lot of us are like, well, it's just a feeling. I'll just ignore it. And it's like, no, that might kill you. Like, don't ignore your instincts, your gut feelings, your intuitions, whatever you want to call them. There's lots of different terms to describe them. We all know what we're talking about. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, don't ignore that shit. It's useful. And with that, I end my lecture on complete bullshit. Subscribe for more lectures on nonsense from a random bored person. Alright, so we've gotten Godric's epic tattoo. We've gotten his Celtic tattoo rune. We killed a bunch of those golems, but I don't think any of them dropped anything useful. I'm going to go ahead and check out this area real quick because I think there's some very cool loot we can grab. Pretty sure there's some useful items around here. These birds are kind of annoying. But luckily we have a very highly leveled weapon that we can use to ruin them. How is this not a potential farming location for the birds? Holy shit. This is not bad. Well, actually it is, because you have to deal with the hawks fucking with you. Shit. America is attacking us. Oh my god. Their entire populace is actually just parasites that evolved to infect the brains of birds. That's why their symbols it's all birds. They've got bird parasites in their brains, controlling them like those ants that get controlled by fungi. Every different race and people on Earth is controlled by a different parasite. The Indians, guess where their parasites live? Yes, you're right, the GI tract, specifically the guts, the bowels. The Americans, it's corvid parasites, it's birds. There's a particular type of people that are controlled by rat parasites or insect parasites. Actually, those are two different people. Sorry, I'm getting my extreme deep bottom of the iceberg conspiracy lore confused, guys. I'll try to keep it a little more on track in the future. Woo! Give me your fucking opinions, don't piss off Disney. Oh, a feather, what a fucking waste. That is such a fucking temptation, man. You could definitely jump there. It's definitely possible. I feel like the game devs started to, copy the way that players were trolling other players in these games. Like, they were basically like, what if we have a bunch of jumps that look possible, but they're not? It's almost like we're taking feedback from the community and integrating it into the game. We're looking at what people enjoyed and found interesting and fun, even if it was a bit bullyish and trollish, and we're integrating it into the game. That's why these games are so goddamn good, man, is the developers actually have their fingers on the pulse of the community that plays the game. I really feel like that matters. I think a lot of developers don't do that. It doesn't matter if you're AAA or indie or, an AI or an alien or whatever the fuck you are. You got to have your pulse on what people are feeling and thinking about what you've made. If you just try to ignore that shit, it's never gonna go very well for you. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think with that epic rant finished, we're going to end things here at the Divine Tower of Limestone. And next video, I have two goals that we need to do. We need smithing stone 6s to get this axe extra spicy. So we're going to kill the 2 meteor beasts. They are a bitch and a half. I've had trouble with them in the past, but perhaps with your manifestation powers, with your input and your views, maybe we can get it done. Ah, look, the light is smiling upon us in this decrepit, evil-looking church. Anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching. I do hope you enjoy it. And as always, peace out.